Hi guys, I read about myths all the time in the running and fitness industries. There's things always posted on Facebook every day and other websites every day, and I just shake my head. I can't believe the stuff that's being published out there. One of the things I read recently was the issue of the lungs and giving advice about what you can do with your lungs to be able to run better. And what people don't realize is that the lungs is not what's limiting performance. How much air your lungs can hold is not what's limiting your ability to run a race or run a marathon or whatever the case may be. Small people have characteristically small lungs because they're smaller people, and smaller people tend to be better runners. You look at the best runners in the world, they're very small people, they have very small lungs. Taking deeper breaths as a way to get in more air and more oxygen is not going to help you to run better because your blood is already 100% saturated with oxygen, even when you're running a race. The situation changes a little bit when you go to high altitude, and then you do have to compensate for the fact that with each breath you're getting in less oxygen because it's less of a driving force for air to go from oxygen to go from out in the environment into your lungs. But at sea level, the main stimulus to breathe is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide builds up in the blood from metabolism, and that has to be expelled through the lungs. So at sea level, the main stimulus to breathe is not trying to get in more oxygen because your blood is already 100% saturated with oxygen. So trying to take in deeper breaths is not an issue. That's not going to help you run faster because getting in more oxygen into the lungs is not what's going to limit your performance. The lungs don't limit performance. The lungs also don't adapt to training the way the muscles and the cardiovascular system do. So only in very, very elite runners who have already maximized their cardiovascular adaptations and their muscular adaptations could you say that the lungs may limit performance because they're lagging behind the other more readily trainable characteristics. But in 99.9% of runners, they have not maximized all of those other muscular and cardiovascular characteristics, and so the lungs are not what's limiting performance in most runners.